VMW TV, powered by Vending Market Watch.
Overall, the revenue for the office coffee service segment continued to climb this year, reaching $4.5 billion. While this is modest growth compared to the year before, it is still a record high for the last decade. Operators report four main reasons for the rise in coffee sales. In areas where the economy is improving, the number of workplaces offering a beverage program to employees as a perk increased. Growing employee numbers at existing locations also increased OCS revenues. A third reason for better coffee sales is the strong demand for single cup among consumers. Finally, OCS providers report that the consumer is more educated than ever before about the quality of the coffee that they drink. If quality and variety is important to the location, these OCS customers are demanding better coffee options and are willing to pay the higher price per cup. Operators note that over the past year, single cup has driven revenue increases, but lowers the profit margins in doing so. Single cup coffee accounts for 13% of OCS sales. That is more than the 12.5% from local coffee brands and approaching the approximately 20% of national and private label coffees. As single cup coffee increases in sales, so does the placement of single cup brewers. These countertop brew-by-the-cup machines account for 22.3% of brewers placed on location in 2013 to 2014. As single cup is more expensive per cup than other types of thermal and pour-over OCS options, that likely kept the increase in single cup brewer placements modest, with only a 2.2 percentage point increase over the prior year. Despite the number of placements, operators unanimously report that locations are inquiring about single cup options and prices when searching for coffee service. Operators have seen consumers enthusiastically use single cup systems when locations are willing to pay the higher cost option. Cartridge-style brewers from well-known manufacturers are still the leaders in the single cup brewer OCS marketplace. However, one option operators are offering at locations with tighter budgets is bean-to-cup systems, which are slowly gaining market share. Bean-to-cup systems allow whole bean coffee to be stored in a hopper attached to the machine. When a user wants a cup of coffee, the beans are ground and the coffee is prepared instantly to the user's specifications. Many of these units have a touchscreen that can enhance the user experience. And because the bean-to-cup system uses whole beans, the cost per cup is lower than prepackaged single cup options. Pod brewers are also showing positive growth. They offer the convenience of prepackaged cartridges, and since they are made with filter-like paper instead of plastic, are considered more environmentally friendly than many cartridge-style single cup options. Pods are often less expensive than cartridges as well. While many OCS customers are asking for better quality coffee or single cup options, there is still the nagging issue of the price a location is willing to pay for coffee service. Operators said locations are either price sensitive, meaning they won't pay above a certain amount for coffee service, or they want more products and better service and are willing to pay more money for it. Compared to previous years, operators indicate that fewer locations are balancing coffee service costs versus service demands. If the location's decision comes down to the price of coffee service, operators have found it difficult to price the coffee for good margins. Some good news is that the number of workplaces wanting to offer coffee service has increased in the past year. More than half, 57.7% of OCS providers report serving more locations in 2013 to 2014 than in the previous year. Only 8.7% of operators indicated they decreased coffee service at locations. Of the locations adding OCS service, many were small workplaces with less than 10 employees. The share of sales this type of location contributed to the OCS provider's bottom line doubled in 2013 to 2014. In contrast, operators indicated that for the past year, they reduced service most often at accounts with 11 to 49 employees due to the layoffs and financial challenges at those locations. Larger accounts, those with 50 or more employees, saw the biggest increase in share of sales. One interesting data point related to the growth of coffee service sales is the decline in sales in office locations. That segment, as a share of sales, decreased from 48.8% to 45% in 12 months. This drop is likely due to the increase in other types of locations. Operators report an increased percentage of their OCS sales coming from industrial plants, restaurants, convenience stores, schools, and retail, supplanting those from offices. Coffee providers who served large military and government accounts this past year reported revenue declines as well as a result of the government shutdown. A saturated marketplace remains a challenge for operators, especially among price-sensitive locations who shop for the lowest cost without regard for service or quality, as does the unpredictable cost of green coffee for the coming year. The findings of the 2014 Automatic Merchandiser State of the Coffee Industry Report are based on more than 180 operators from across the country who reported on their OCS business. Full-line vending operators, OCS operators who offer vending, and OCS-only operators provided the data and insight into the coffee service channel, which continues to break sales records for a fourth straight year. For Vending Market Watch TV, I'm Emily Reffermat.